So now welcome to this demonstration video of TekChurch. Now actually this is a church management system that can help you to take track of everything that you do in the church. So if you are in a ministry or if you are a pastor, then this software is very recommended for your church. Now if you look at the dashboard, this take care of your membership. We have attendance, we have finance, your visitors, and then we also have an SMS portal where you can use to send bulk SMS to your members. So on the dashboard, you see an overview of your church, probably highlighted on some activities or information that you need to know. So here you see your total members. The total members, some of them are active members and then inactive, you see. And then you also see your total visitors within the period. And then you can also see your income this month and then your expenses this month. If you have not entered any data, you won't see it there. You can also see your financial overview for the last 12 months. So you can see indications of the income and the expenses. You can also see your attendance trends as you see how your church attendance is going. You're going to see, I'll walk you through all the menus one after the other. And now you can also see, or the system also highlight on those who are celebrating their birthday within this month so that their list can be generated. So when you tap here, you see the list of those who are celebrating their birthdays. This can be given to the MC to wish them a happy birthday. And then the system too also has an absentee monitoring that help you to know those who have not been to church for 12 weeks, 1 month, and even 3 months plus. If a member has not passed through the attendance section, probably the system will put a default date as a critical for such person so that you can keep an eye on that. So let me just walk you through the menu one after the other. So we're going to start with the membership here. All right, so now when you tap on the membership, you see a dashboard giving you analytics of your membership. So here you could see your total members. So if you have added the data, this is actually a demo. So if you have added the data, you see all your total members, and then your total members, some of them who are active members and then inactive members. So you see that out of the 7, we have 6 of them as active member and 1 is inactive. If you want to add a new member, you can just tap on this one and then, but let me just finish this menu. So your dashboard of the membership also give a breakdown of your ministry group. So your members, some of them who are children, who are men, who are teens, who are women and youth, the system give you a breakdown analysis of all that. And then also you could also see your marital status of your membership. So out of your members, 4 of them are single, 2 of them are married. So if they are widowed or divorced, you can also see. You can also see a breakdown of your employment for your members. So your members who are employed, who are self-employed, who are students, who are unemployed, and then who are also retired. This actually give you an overview of all your membership. And when you come down here, you can also see a breakdown of members that are in the evangelism group, members that are in the media group, members that are in the choir or ushering. And as you keep on adding the department, all will float out over here. So this is a directory for all your members. You can see their ID numbers, a unique number that are generated by the system. And then you can also see their names, their phone numbers, and their locations where they are residing. So this, you can see the status. Now, if you want to view a member, you can just tap on this. You can also edit or delete a member. So when you tap on it, you could see a detail of that member. If a passport has been uploaded or picture, you can see it also. So this member, and the system calculates the age of that person automatically. You can see print, you can call the member, you can send the member an email. So here is a breakdown of their information. So you could see their personal information. Now, if you also have family or relationship, if the person is married, you could see all their children under it. But this person is single, that is why you see it on a single. And then the next of kin, everything information that you are looking for your member. And then it also gives you a history of your member giving or tithing. Now, one thing is that you can also see the engagement of that member. So if you can track their attendance, you can also see it here. So this member last seen was today. So the services that she has attended is 9 out of 6. So that is why the attendance rate is 67%. So this is the member profile. So every member has a profile like that. You can edit a member if you want to make changes to the membership form. So this is the form for the member. So you could see their personal data, their date of birth, member status, place of birth, hometown, region. As you go down, you see a detailed information. So if the person is married, when you put it on married, it will give you information about the marriage or spouse. So you select the type of marriage, the date of marriage, the spouse name, the religion of the spouse, and the place of marriage, the officiating ministers. Even though they are not compulsory, but if you want to keep all those information, you can do that. And then we have the marriage certificate number as well. So this is the next of kin information. If the person has parents, you can just switch on this to turn it on, and it will give you details of their father or their mother. You can just fill all those information. If it's not having a parent, you can just toggle it back. And then the previous church information, maybe the person came from a different church, you can put up those information. So the name of the former church, the address of the former church, and then everything, and how the member was received. Was it by baptism or statement or by letter of transfer? So that is it. And if you go down here, you see much information about the member. So here has the church information, the department that you want to assign to this member, the area that you want to assign to this member. Actually, there is a setup for all this information, so you can feed in your own areas and information. And the ministry group also, you can change all this data from the settings page. So where does this member belongs to? If it's a children ministry or men's ministry or teens or women or youth, you can just select the ministry group. And then we have the baptism information, the day that a person was baptized. You can put in there the place of baptism, and it was baptized by who. And if you want to also create a special group to assign this member, you can do that. So if the member also is having children, you could also see, you toggle this one, and then it will give you to add what various children of that member, their name, their date of birth, the gender, and the contact number if possible. You can toggle this to add more. So if the person is having more children, you can add that. And then we also have the emergency contact. Whom do we contact in case we are not seeing this member? You can put a contact name and then the phone number. So that actually is the membership form. It's a very detailed that you can provide for your church members. You can upload photos as well. So that gives you a much information about your membership. Now, every member that you also add automatically, the system generates an ID card, which are used for attendance. I'll go to the attendance very soon, then you see how it goes. Now, let's go to the attendance section. So when you come down to the attendance also has its dashboard that gives you a very detailed analytics of your attendance. So you can view attendance per week, per month, or the year. You can also set a date that you want to view your attendance. And then the service type. So actually, if you are a church, you'll be having various services, maybe midweek, special programs, Sundays, and all these things can be added from the setup program. So depending on how your church activities, you can add all these ones. So the dashboard will give you an average attendance. You see your attendance rate, and then you see those who were present and then those who were absent. This can help you to keep track of who came to church and who missed church. So as you can see down here, you can also see a recent attendance sections that has been carried on. So you could see the various date and the type of service and then the total count of that. So this is where we do the attendance. All right, so if you want to take attendance, you go to the new section. So when you come to the new section, you choose the date for your attendance and then the service type. So all these are various services you can create or add more to it. So let's assume maybe Sunday service that want to take attendance. The moment I finish and I hit on create and start marking, it will launch a QR code system. We have built in QR code for taking attendance. All right, so now this is how it goes. The system has an inbuilt QR code scanner. So all your members will be given an ID card. I'll show you how the ID card looks like. So here you just have to start on your camera. So this can be done even from their phones, any smartphone or tablet. So they can open up their camera and then they begin to scan from their ID card. And now when the person is present, it will just mark it. When the system goes through the scanning, it will just mark it, and then you see the log of the person that has been marked over here. So these are the ID card. Let me show you. All right, so now these are the ID cards for your members. Any member you add on the system automatically is being generated a unique ID with their names and their QR code. So this is what will be used for the scan. So if you have opened up your camera, you can just use it to what? Scan their ID card that has been printed for your members. In one way, if a member has failed to bring their card, you can just simply search their name here, and then you can just use your phone to scan it. Automatically, it will mark that person as present. So all these are ID cards that are being generated automatically. The moment you add a member, automatically the system generates a unique card for it. So you can print and then share it for your members. So basically, that is how the attendance is being done. So if I go back here, and if there have been some count, you will see it there. So this we've not made any count, that is why it's 0 here. You can also do a manual marking. So you click on this one, it will open up the edit. So here you could see all your members. By default, every member is on absent until you count them. So the scanning that we use, the QR code will mark every member who passes through. So those who have not come to church, you'll be able to see. So you can search a member name here and also do a manual marking. So the attendance is being done two ways. Either you have the QR code scanning through or use the manual scanning. So here you can even set, maybe if it's the children ministry, their teacher can just set it to children. They will see all the children's list and they mark them as present. You can also search by their name here. So basically that is the attendance dashboard, and that attendance dashboard also give a breakdown of those who came that are men, those who are women, those who are youth, and those who are children. And now at the end of the day too, you'll be able to know the list of all those that passes through the marking and those who were also absent. So you can generate the list of absenteeism and then even export it to Excel or print it or maybe copy them. So that is how the attendance dashboard is. You can view data anytime, anywhere that you have here. So now let's go to the finances also. So the finances also gives you an overview of your church financial statement or financial status. So as you come here, you could see your total income, your total expenses, and your net balance. Your net balance is your income minus what expenses. And then you could see the growth rate of your church. So you can see that we have what 2,800, and then expenses as well. So we have almost 100% growth rate. So that is it. And you can also see your income versus expenditure trends for the last 12 months. You can also see your income type by category. So as you are entering data, you'll be seeing various income category, whether it's pledge, whether it's tithe. And then you can also see your financial insight, your average or monthly average income and your monthly average expenses. And it gives a category breakdown of various income and expenditure. So you could see your pledges, you could see your tithes total, and then this is for the expenditure, that is what electricity. And then you can also see the system also analyzed to give you those who are top contributors or those who have been paying tithe, the highest tithe. You could also see all of them here. And then you see a transaction history of all payment that has been made. You can search and then move on. You can also add a new transaction. If you want to add a transaction to your system, you can just hit on the new transaction here. So now this is what we use to record transactions. So you need to select the transaction type. So if it's income, you just choose it on income. If it's also expenses, you can also put it on expenses. So it has categories. So as I put it on expenses, it changes the category automatic. If I put it on income, you can also see your income. All this thing can be added from the setup, whereby you can key all information you want to see against both income and expenditure. So you can record the date, and then you choose the amount. And then if it's you want the payment to be linked to a member, especially if they are paying tithe, or if they are paying pledges or dues or whatever, you can search for a member. So you can either search or by selecting a member from here. So as I begin to type, you could see, then I can select a member and then assign this payment to. So at the end of the day, if you want to track such members' payment, maybe you want to generate their tithe records, you'll be able to do that for that member. So the payment method, whether cash, check, Momo, you can also see it also. If you want to add a note, you can add a note and then you save the transaction successfully. So basically, that is how the finance section or the dashboard of the finances. And then we have the visitors. So the visitor section has to do with those that visit the church. As a church, we always have visitors. So at the end of the day, how do you keep track of those various visitors? It's very, very important because it can help you to know those that are being converted to become members, those who have been lost or they have dropped out, and those who are still in progress but they have not become members yet. You also see the new as it breaks it down over here. So you will see your total visitors in a period, and then those who are pending, you can also see, and then the conversion rate, those who have become members, you can also see their data here. So as you just see, we have only one member who has been converted to become a member. And then you can see your visitors trend for the year. And then they have various status. So those who are new, those who are in progress. And as you keep putting in data, everything automatically change here. And then this shows a directory for all your visitors. So you can view a visitor by hitting on this one. So you can even log, because one thing about churches is that as you have a visitor, you have to be keeping track of such person. So we have a log section or a log interaction. So it may be if you had a call with a visitor, or there was a home visit, or you sent an SMS, or you sent an email. So what was the outcome of it? You can put it here and add it. Automatically it becomes a follow-up history on that person. So when you come to that person profile as a visitor, you will see all this follow-up history, and you can know whom log it or who actually log this interaction with the visitor. So the visitor gives you a full details of those that comes to the church or visit the church who have not become a member yet. So that is the visitors dashboard. All right, so now let's go to the next one, that is the SMS portal. So the system has an inbuilt SMS portal, that is, you can use it to send bulk SMS. So actually, if you have so many members, you want to send them a message, a bulk SMS, it's very easy because we have built-in SMS, bulk SMS inside. So this is what you see. So you will see your sender ID. So when you sign up, we'll customize your sender ID. Maybe your church name will appear there. And now if you want to send a message, you can choose to send it to all active members, or you want to send it to all visitors, or if you want to choose to a group to send it to, you can also decide to send it to men, women, children, teens, or maybe you want to send it to a department, let's say media or ushering or church, choir or music or evangelism. You can also decide to choose a custom number whereby you can put in a number. Now just compose your message and then hit on the send. Automatically, the system creates a log. If the message has been sent, you will see it on the dashboard. So actually, the SMS portal helps you to send announcements and reminders to all your members at a go. And you can even see your SMS balance. So if you are running out of SMS balance, you will see it here. Now this is the report section. The report gives you a full detail what actually we have here, that is members, attendance, finances, and then visitors. All right, so when you come to the report section, you can see a report for membership. So if you want to generate any report for your members, maybe you just want to have a list of only men, or you want to have a list of just children, the system will be able to give you all that. So when you click on generate, you will see a list of all children list as members. You can check those who are active, those who are inactive, those who have stopped baptism, those who have been baptized, those who have not been baptized. You can generate a report on that. We also have attendance, whereby you can get details of your various attendance. So when you come here, you can choose a date. Maybe you want a particular attendance list. You can just come and set a date and then choose the service type, whether it was an all night or midweek or whatever. And then you can also use this thing to filter maybe just children who had attendance. You can check it out there, or the special group if you have added a special group. And then you want to know those who were present, those who were absent. You can just get all these lists and then even print it very nicely. So it will come with your church name on it, and you can see the list of all those things. So the report section gives everything. So when you come to here, you see your financial. So you can see your financial records. You can also generate a report. It gives you your statement breakdown, where you will see pledges, tithe, and actually based on whatever you input into your category is what you see here. So basically, we've just added only pledges, tithe, and electricity bill, but you can set them up from the settings. So it gives you a detail of your transaction. So you can see a detailed transaction histories of everything, and even your net balance as well. So basically, that is how the report, it goes on and on. You can also see your visitors and your follow-up report. So the report gives you a detail. You can generate any report at all from here. So this is the settings, where you go there to do settings. So we have the church name. So your church name will be changed here. And then you can see your SMS ID. So the name that you want to use for your SMS, maybe if your church is Calvary Baptist, you can just put Calvary or whatever. And now we'll have the department also. This is where you can create all various departments that appears in the forms. You can also see your area group. So you can add areas groups to your system, so that when you're adding a member, you can choose that. This is where you can also add what special groups. And then this is where you can also add the attendance types. That is the sections of your services for attendance. You can add, you can edit, you can delete. This is also where you can add all your financials categories. If it's an income or if it's a expenses, you can hit on the add, you name it, and then you choose whether it's income or expenses, so that it will reflect in the finances section when you are adding. So basically, these are the settings for the system. So this is a complete church management system. Maybe if you want this to be set up for your church, or if you need a demo to just try it, we can just link you up, and then you can also check the number on the video, and then maybe send a WhatsApp message. We can get back to you. So thank you very much for watching.